What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content daily. We also stream over on Twitch at This Is Aftersound, so come by and say hello. All right, well, I am recording this 5 biggest takeaways from the most recent town hall video. Probably just, what time is it? I'm recording this like 30 minutes after it ended. So the usual summary that I have up on screen is not yet out yet, the official summary that's released by the team. So I'm just going to use this as a visual, and then I also have my notes as well that I'll use for reference, which we'll jump into in a second. But just a quick reminder for anybody who might be new to this series, I try to do this every week after the town hall, or at least every week that there is a town hall. And it is not a summary. There's awesome content creators out there that are covering these in way more depth than I am. But there's just a couple of things, usually 5, that I like to pick out that stood out to me and that I wanted to expand a little bit more on. They caught my attention, and I think that they're worth mentioning and expanding on in this video. So let's go ahead and jump right in, and I guess I'll just leave this up the entire time. So first things first, modern format. We know it's coming, and now we actually have a date tentatively. Now, again, dates have been thrown in the past, but Cryptomancer was on the stream today, or on the town hall stream today, talking about the development, how it's coming along. Now, there's a couple things that still make me a little nervous. So the development is not yet done, and once that is finished, they are anticipating doing a couple of weeks of testing, and of course, obviously, they got to work out all the bugs and kinks. So conservatively, Cryptomancer was saying that the end of April should be the latest which we would get it. That's about 45 days away, or about a month and a half away, seeing as we are now entering into mid-March. It's going to be March 10th, probably by the time this thing gets posted, or probably by the time you watch it, actually. So, you know, it's obviously disappointing that we're not going to get this in Q1 or by the end of the month, but my thought process, and if you've seen a lot of videos previously, like I'm just setting making sure to not set myself up for disappointment by, you know what, it's not going to come out as soon as I want it to, and so I'm just going to be happy when it does. So April seems like it will be the month, which I think will be fantastic. Modern format is something that I'm excited for, and I think all new players, to a certain extent, should be excited for. Obviously, what's interesting now is the fact that we've been playing Wild for so long, for, you know, almost 3 months at this point, since the beginning of December, that I'm not as scared of Wild as I thought I would be. Like, when Modern and Wild format was first announced, I thought to myself, I am never going to play Wild. I'm just going to stay in Modern the entire time. And that could still happen technically if I really love Modern when it comes out. But what I've realized is that Wild isn't as tough as I thought it would be. So I don't know, there'll be a lot of analysis that I'm sure I'm going to go into on this channel once we actually get there, into, what are the benefits? Where am I earning more, for example, with the same ECR? I think those will be fun little analyses to do. And, at least we have a date in mind now. Again, here I go. I'm going to be even more conservative than Cryptomancer and say, just be ready to wait until May. just be ready to wait until May. That is all. Okay, number 2, leaderboard issues are going to be fixed next season, is what Chatter was saying. And so this is a little disappointing. I'll admit that. This is something that has been going on for a while. It got called out like crazy at the end of last season, and rightfully so, because there was definitely an exploit happening, and I was hoping that they would have it done by the end of this season. But as you can see, we are 5 days away, almost less than 5 days away, probably by the time a lot of you guys watch this. And, I guess whatever the case is, and the complications or the complexities that go into fixing that bug or issue or exploit, whatever it is on the back end, that will not be able to be resolved in the next 5-ish days. So, at least there's a time frame, and hopefully it's going to get fixed sooner rather than later. But it does seem like if you are trying to go for those leaderboard spots, you may be fighting against folks who don't have the same CP. And for those of you who are taking advantage of this exploit, hey, you know what? I got to respect the hustle. You got one more season to do it, so make the most of it. All right, so number 3, this was pretty big. So we're not even at Carnage Titan yet. I mean, we're still probably a couple of days away. I think I was saying by the end of the month is when I'm expecting us to reach that 8 million mark to unlock Carnage Titan. And then, of course, we're going to be way far away from the 9th airdrop, or at least the airdrop that we get at the 9 million card mark. But we were given a little tease today by Nate that it is going to be a legendary summoner. And more specifically, it is going to be the Life Legendary Summoner. Now, again, all this is subject to change, as Nate was saying. So there's, anything could happen. And obviously, we're still probably going to be months away from the Life Legendary Summoner, as we're not even up to Carnage Titan just yet. So that, what was interesting was he mentioned in his conversation with Matt about developing and how which ones that they should put first and second and the order in which they should go. I don't know what the reasons were. He just mentioned that there were reasons and that they went through them. I'm going to speculate here. And my main speculation is literally the fact that if you look at the summoners here, General Sloan has been generally at the bottom of the pack when it comes to the summoners that are currently out there. Now, I love General Sloan, and I get a decent win rate when playing with my life deck powered by General Sloan. But I wonder if maybe life overall, if they have the metrics on the back end, maybe life is just not winning as many games or is not used as much. I'm not sure. Again, this is all speculation. I have no idea. This is all speculation. So they have that. Whatever reasons they chose, it's going to be life first. And, maybe that'll give a little more life to life. Yes, pun intended. I know, this is terrible. Okay, so moving on. Number 4, this is just a quick mention by Aggro during the Q&A session at the end. And there was something interesting mentioned about, will summoners, the question was like, will summoners require or have more impact on land than monsters or vice versa? And Aggro was saying that both summoners and monsters would most likely be needed for land. So that got me thinking, like, okay, we knew that monsters were going to be needed. We knew that potentially summoners were going to be needed. And therefore, like, leveling up your summoners or leveling up whatever would be beneficial. But now I'm thinking, what if it's so complex to a point where based on the land type you have and based on the rarity, based on whatever, maybe in the same way that we have a team, right? Like you put together a team whenever you do ranked play, maybe you have to set up some kind of lineup that includes a summoner that can play or activate certain levels of monsters within a certain splinter within land, right? And more specifically, let's say you have a swamp, or let's say you have I forgot all the different geography types, but let's say if there is something like a swamp, or let's say there's a desert, right? And I don't know why, but for desert, I think of like fire. I don't know why, but I'm thinking fire for desert. So let's say on deserts, you're either required to use a fire summoner and the fire splinter, or maybe you get a bonus if you use the fire splinter. Again, these are all ideas I'm just throwing out there. I'm not getting them from anywhere. This is all just speculation, but it does make me think about how land could be gamified in a sense in that way, where you have to create not just, or in order to get the most out of your land, there's going to be certain elements that maybe pay off more than others. And if we do follow the kind of summoner monster relationship that we have with ranked battles, then yeah, that could be that could be something interesting to consider at the very least. So I'm even at a point here where I am I'm still working very hard to level up my deck and obviously get max out gold if I can, and then obviously I'd love to max out Chaos Legion just in general. But a part of me looks ahead to land, and I do believe land is like way down the line still, just because first we got modern format, there's going to be Rift Watchers in there, updates to the game rewards economy. So land to me feels like it's going to be like way off. And even still, a part of me looks at this and says, well, maybe I should be looking at some summoners or some monsters to level up and have available to work land specifically, right? So as it is, I already have a bunch of these not a bunch, but I have like one main for each of these summoners. And what I'm thinking now, and obviously General Sloan is the easy target here just because of the fact that she's the cheapest, but it's just like maybe I should start leveling up like a second General Sloan that gets to like, bronze level or silver level and just kind of sit on it. I can rent it out now or something, but have like a second summoner there that I've been working on that will be ready to work land, if that makes sense, right? So again, I'm not doing this yet. And I'm not saying that this is what's going to be required, but it's just something that I'm thinking about and will probably have, on my mind or in the back burner for, over the next couple of weeks until we get more information on land. But either way, I'm super excited about land. I feel like I need to grab more, and land is actually on sale right now with this crazy dip that we've been having. I mean, Bitcoin's actually up today, but land is still lower than it has usually been. I believe we are at let's see here. Land is at $362. So no, it's not cheap, but it is cheaper than it has been over the past couple of months. And if I just look here, yep, so you can kind of see where we've been at. Okay, last things last. I was wondering when to bring this up, but since Nate actually mentioned it on the town hall, he didn't use Aftersound. He used my actual name because that's how he knows me. But I've officially joined the team and I want to. Okay, so I really wanted to address this and I wasn't sure how, but now that my hand has been forced here, I figured I would put it in the town hall takeaway. Let me put it that way. So I joined the team. The basic story behind this was that I created the song Chaos is Here, put that out, and it was just an ode. It was just a gift that I wanted to give to the community and to give to the team. And I had reached out to Nate saying, hey, you know what? I created this song. Feel free to use it in whatever capacity you would like for, whatever promo materials or stuff like that. It was a Splinterlands inspired song, and I love the game and just wanted to help and be part of the community. And that led to a conversation that, maybe there would be opportunities to do other types of music related elements or music related projects for Splinterlands. And so I joined the team as a contractor. I think they were talking about the different things there. So this is for me, still like music and working on like Aftersound. And again, for those who might be new to this channel and think that I'm doing like YouTube full time, I'm not. I'm actually a musician that picked up crypto gaming and started recording videos on YouTube because I couldn't tour with the pandemic and I couldn't play shows and all that. So music is still my first love and what I do. But obviously this has become a very big passion of mine as well. So being able to combine the two was really fun for Chaos is Here. And now, again, all of this is still relatively new. So there hasn't been like too much happening just yet. But let me just say this. There's a couple things that I really want to say. One, I don't get any inside information. So everything that I'm sharing with you here, it actually is all speculation. And I want to be very clear about that. Like all I'm doing is music related things, and that'll probably be on the back end of some items. So I don't know what the full vision is. I don't like it's a very peripheral role, if I can say. But don't get me wrong. I think it's awesome. And obviously, I'm really happy with the fact that they liked Chaos is Here and thought that there was potential to do some things for, some of the upcoming projects that they have. So whatever that ends up looking like, I'm excited to do. But the main thing that I wanted to say is because this channel has grown into something that I never expected it to be. And now there's a lot of people here who come through and listen. And one thing that I wanted to make sure of and be very honest and upfront with you guys about was like the integrity of this channel, the integrity of my brand and whatever my brand is across music, gaming, and whatever, and just me as a person, right? Like that, the integrity of that means a lot more than anything else. So on this channel, especially on this channel, I'm sure compared to many others, or at least people tell me compared to others, I tend to be critical of development or the game or decisions and things like that. And I don't want that to stop. And I don't want that to be clouded by the fact that, I'm working on some music here and there for the game. I'd like to be able to speak my mind, and I plan on doing that. And like I said, that is why it's important to me that the integrity of this channel remains intact. So I am making that pledge to you and telling you that to the best of my ability. Moving forward, I am still very much just like all of you guys in the sense that I don't know, like everything that we heard in the town hall today is like news to me. So there's no like inside information or things that like actually be kind of cool, but there's no inside information. Again, it's music related, so it's not like development of items or characters or things like that. And to be honest, if that ended up being something that was a conflict, then I would find a way to address that appropriately and professionally. But at the end of the day, the content that you hear on this channel is not going to have any of that, and it will not be clouded or shaded in one way or another. I would really like I said, for the integrity of this channel to remain intact and for me to give my honest opinion on everything that is happening with the game. So this is a cool opportunity. It's actually really, really awesome. And obviously I'm grateful that the team has appreciated the work that I put out and feel like, there's some potential for us to do some really cool things together in the future. So, with that being said, I'll hopefully keep you updated with whatever I can share from a music side of things. But like I said, this is all still very new for me. A lot of it is just initial conversations, but, I gotta say the one thing that I will say, and this shouldn't be breaching anything, is from the outside looking in, I was already very bullish on the team because I liked the way things were structured, right? I liked the way that the company was coming together. There was a more corporate vibe. And when I say corporate, I mean just organized, right? There's this organized sense of like, let's get everything done, bringing on Hardpoint, Yabamet focusing on what he's best at and what he enjoys doing the most. So seeing that from the outside is one of the things that made me very confident in Splinterlands versus a lot of other games out there. And I'm not trying to throw shade at other games. I'm just saying that it's just something that made me very confident. So obviously now having some conversations with the team, I'm like doubling down on that confidence because not only did I see it from the outside, but certain elements I'm able to see it from the inside. And again, I'm not seeing anything special or inside information or anything. It's literally just, oh wow, like this is a legitimate company, right? This isn't just some crypto project that somebody started in their garage and got a couple of people. Like Agrode has done interviews on the floor of the NASDAQ, right? So I didn't even need to see the inside workings of this to know that the company is legitimate and that Splinterlands as a whole is moving forward in a very, very positive way, right? Warner Music, they're getting these partnerships with Waka and Imagine Dragons. And I know people are going to jump on those partnerships and say, well, they didn't really bring new players into the game, but that wasn't the full goal. A lot of it is just proof of concept, and to say a lot of it is just adding to your resume to say like, look, we've done X, Y, and Z. Therefore, when the next big person comes along, when the next big opportunity comes along, your resume looks awesome, and people are just like, oh yeah, I want to be part of that, right? Oh, Imagine Dragons did something with you guys. That's a cosign right there, right? So that to me, again, is playing the long term. It's the difference between branding and marketing, right? Marketing, you're just trying to make short-term transactions and get people in, or sorry, advertising, maybe you're just trying to get people in. But branding is building something that, it means something and it has this kind of aura to it. So in that sense, like I said, I could already see it from the outside, but just having maybe one or two conversations internally and seeing how, again, this is a business. This is a company. This isn't just some like small project. Don't look at the market cap and be fooled, right? Because you can look at the market cap of Splinterlands against Axie Infinity and some of the other big games out there. And I don't know much about the other games, so I can't speak to them, and I'm really not trying to throw shade on them. I'm really just trying to throw praise on the Splinterlands team and say that I saw it from the outside, and now I'm able to see it from the inside that this is a legitimate project. So like I said, we're going through a tough time right now, and it sucks, and it might get worse because so much of P2E gaming, like play to earn gaming and crypto gaming, relies on the rise and fall of Bitcoin. But that, no matter what, that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a really solid team, that this is a really solid game. The addiction is real, as one of the guild people who came on the town hall was talking about. So, you know, for me, it's one of those things that like just gave me a lot more confidence, and I wanted to share that with you. And like I said, hopefully I'm not sharing anything that I shouldn't be, and that's not the goal or what I plan on doing. But it's just like, again, I don't know how else to say it outside of the fact that I love it. I love it. It's just, it's very organized, very corporate, and there is a solid vision for this. And now they finally seem to be getting the amount of people that can take this vision and make it a reality. So that's all I'll leave you guys with for now. Again, if I missed anything, hopefully I didn't. I was taking some decent notes throughout the entire thing. But again, sharing this with you, these are my 5 biggest takeaways. I am super excited for where this game is going, and now I'm just kind of rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I appreciate all the support on this channel. And like I said, my commitment to you guys for any and all content that I post up here is to have the integrity of making sure that I am looking at everything objectively and speaking my mind accordingly. And I will maintain that no matter what. So have an amazing rest of your day, everyone. I will catch you all in the next video, and I will see you around the game. Would love to hear your thoughts on the town hall in the comments section below. Take care.